Yeah, that's a great question. So the reason that we used this particular scale is that it sort of is the scale that's been used in the psychology literature to sort of for a lot of the original evidence on crowding out, and it hasn't really been used in this type of in health incentives field experiment before, and so we were interested in sort of using a validated survey tool. But I think you're absolutely right that it's very hard to measure something like motivation. You can measure it, behaviorally, which is how a lot of the work has been done, where we see, just performance fall below a baseline, baseline performance, and that might suggest crowding out. Other studies have, for instance, Kristen mentioned you might think about enjoyment of an activity as a measure of intrinsic motivation, which, you may not have to be so aware of it. You just, you enjoy it more before and you enjoy it later less, and most people can sort of have a way of expressing, oh, I enjoy an activity or I don't. And some studies have used that measure. So there hasn't really been enough work in this field yet to sort of say which measure is better or worse. And the way that the questionnaire we used is designed is it has these responses where there are things that people could feel. So maybe they feel more pressure from other people after experiencing incentives, or they feel like less responsibility for their health. And some of these things are, the survey is designed with the expectation that people will be able to think about each of these items and sort of measure how they are feeling about it at given different points in time. But you're right, and I think there's a lot of work to be done to think about how to actually measure motivation in these settings.
Hi, Moti Gorin, University of Pennsylvania. So my question is right on top of what this last question, which is, I think perhaps